I want to first thank everybody profusely for being here tonight. Speaking on behalf of all 5 of us artists who put this together, it has taken about 18 months, many meetings, a lot of planning, a lot of thinking about the disease, about the effect of the disease on our community, on our lives. It took a lot of mutual education and a lot of thought to put this together in a way that conveys the immediacy of this disease to our community. We want to convey that there's also a sense of hope here. We're making great strides in our research, and I'm guardedly optimistic, but we are under the gun. We have an immediacy that very few other fields in medicine really feel as viscerally as we do. Welcome to INTERSTICE. INTERSTICE is the space between, and this is an exhibit focused on the meaning of life with Alzheimer's disease, either as a patient or as a caregiver, family member, loved one, or neighbor, people in our community. It's more of a threat now to our loved ones who are battling the disease at present, living in the space between being full members of our society and full members of our families. The reason I'm using a retinal image in this picture is because we are finding novel ways of looking into the eye as a real window into the brain. The eye is part of our central nervous system. It's part of our neurology, and there are markers in the retina that will tell us, give us clues about risk of the disease and then progression, allowing us to identify people who might most benefit from novel treatments as we develop them.
Hi, I'm Diane Riley. I'm a metal artist that I teach at Rhode Island College. This piece is Vitrium Memento. It's a series of capsules that are trying to capture a memory or a moment in someone's life. They're fragmented and varied in order to reflect how I see memory existing within ourselves.
This is subject 1011058. I'm going to show you a picture here, and what I'd like you to do is describe to me what's in the picture or tell a story.
Visitors to the exhibit and the gallery are invited to take a card, and each card, there are 8 of them, have different messages about the disease. If I can have everyone leave this exhibit with one key message to take home, that's what I hope for, and physically they can do it.
Alzheimer's is more than a scientific problem. It's a major psychosocial, economic problem. People are living longer and longer. Along with that longevity revolution, the prevalence of chronic brain disorders goes up. So we're looking at a problem that's being driven by rising number of people, longer duration of disability, and rising costs. There's a global recognition now that this is perhaps one of the most serious public health problems we're facing.
Help us to understand the impact of the disease, not just on the patient, but on the family, and particularly on the caregiver.
Spouse or the daughter or the son that have to continue worrying and continue taking care of. They are the really ultimate victims of the disease.
This piece is called Splinter. It's a representation of memory and time and what happens when the connections of the systems that provide us memory are broken. It's supposed to be a quiet piece, something that has a sense of contemplation.
In 1952, a great neuropsychologist, Donald Hebb, working at Dalhousie University, published a book where he described for one of the first times the anatomy of a memory circuit. So he drew these beautiful diagrams of what a memory circuit would look like in the brain. So what you see here is a 3-dimensional representation of Professor Hebb's 2-dimensional drawing, but it's in a state of collapse. These cells are not healthy, and they're in the process of decay.
This piece is titled Tangle, neurons that are indistinguishable from each other. The brass pieces are sparks of energy. The steel, which is purposely untreated, is representative of those that are not functioning, that have died.
We're historically at the cusp of a very critical decision point. One choice is to come out with policies that would ration healthcare, or find ways in which we could prevent or delay the disease. We have a longevity revolution. People are living longer and longer, but we've forgotten that living longer is not enough, that we need to have health to go along with it. We have 78 million baby boomers that are coming of age. About 4 out of 5 of those probably are destined to have one form or another of dementia. The healthcare system is just not able to handle that number of people. All it's going to take is a national commitment to invest massive amounts of money, something in the order of Man on the Moon, or the Human Genome Project, or the Manhattan Project, something of that order to attack this enormous societal problem. And I think it can be done.